What's going on, guys? My name is BasedOnImpulse and welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to start a new series here on the channel that I'm going to be calling Way Too Early Thoughts. This will basically be a series where I give my thoughts on different things happening in Destiny very soon after they happen, and I might extend this to gaming news in general later down the road. For now though, I want to start with the Destiny event that just started this past Tuesday. Moments of Triumph has been out for a few days now, and I've had some time to run through a good bit of the content. I've run all the raids, gotten Ruinous effigy, and had time to sit and think on everything that Moments of Triumph is offering this time around. This is going to be a bit of a shorter video and also a different style. I'm just going to kind of have the gameplay going in the background and just kind of talk about my first impressions and everything about the event, so let's go ahead and get into it. First and most importantly to me, as you guys could probably guess, let's talk about the raids. All three Year 1 raids, as well as Scourge and Crown, all now have uncapped rewards, and you need to run each of them at least once if you want to earn your MMXX title. These are all the raids that are being moved into the Destiny content vault come September, so it makes sense that Bungie is giving them one last hurrah with this event before they're gone. So let me just first talk about what I think are the good parts of this. I adore the whole concept of uncapped rewards. Prophecy started us off with this as the first endgame activity with uncapped rewards, and now we've got 5 more raids allowing it too. I really hope that this is a nod from Bungie that they are looking at making endgame content like raids and dungeons rerunnable for loot in the future. And if they are looking into keeping this system, I would personally prefer the Prophecy system rather than the Moments of Triumph raid system. The main reason for this is that Prophecy sets your loot pool at the beginning of the week, while the uncapped raids don't. So if we go into the new raid in Beyond Light with uncapped rewards and no set drops after your first run, we'll have a lot of the loot that the raid has to offer very quickly. Some players might even have it in the first couple days if they really go after the raid hard. The Prophecy system also allows you to target farm the drops you get from your first run of the week so you can hunt for god rolls. So let's say there's an amazing new auto in the raid that comes from, the second encounter. You go and you get it on the second encounter, and then you can keep running over and over all week trying to get that, maybe Feeding Frenzy multi-kill clip roll. I don't know what all Bungie's got planned for the fall, just throwing something out there. This is why I think the Prophecy system would be better going forward, though the way that they're handling the Moments of Triumph raids I think is fine, because they're going away soon, so it's just kind of a loot explosion. With the raids having uncapped rewards now, this also means that you can infinitely farm Scourge of the Past and Crown of Sorrow for chances at Anarchy and Teraba. Do this, please, especially for Anarchy. Teraba, you don't need to go get it, but if Bungie ever does decide to fix the Ravenous Beast perk, I say fix, what I really mean is change it so that it keeps the buff while it is stowed, you're going to want to have this gun. Anarchy, we've talked about this in my previous videos, you need it, period. Go farm Scourge of the Past boss clears. At first I wasn't really a fan of either of these being farmable because it would feel to me like the people that have it from this time period wouldn't have quote-unquote earned it. But now that I've thought about it, I think that Bungie could be doing this in order to give people an easier chance at the exotics before they are entirely unobtainable in Beyond Light. Or at least I hope that they will be entirely unobtainable. Bungie, please, for the love of God, don't add them as world drops. I will be so mad. But I think the loot incentivization for these 2 raids specifically is great. But let's talk about my main gripe with these raids as a whole. Bungie updated all the armor to have the new Season 11 fusion cap of 1360, which is awesome. I love that. But they didn't do this to any of the weapon drops from any of these 5 raids, and I don't understand why. I could understand them doing this if the raid loot was, unique or special, or in most cases even good, but none of these weapons are going to be a threat to metas in the future. We're not talking about mountaintops and recluses from the raid. There are probably less than 10 legendary weapons between all 5 of these raids that could even be considered as solid options for endgame content. I really don't understand the decision at all here, and I don't think the fact that a majority of the loot is poor is a good reason. Why is it that armor that can equip a nearly game-breaking mod like armaments allowed to continue forward, but average legendary raid weapons aren't? I'd love to take a Midnight Coup or a threat level into next season. Are they S-tier PvE weapons that are going to break the endgame sandbox? No. they're just solid weapon choices. I should also mention that any weapon drops from Year 1 raids do not have random rolls, but unless Bungie is really trying to forget about Year 1, I don't see this as a legitimate reason for them to not come forward either. Bungie also now has included triumphs in the MMXX seal, which will give you all the cosmetics for each raid upon completing it during Moments of Triumph. This means that you can finally get your Luxurious Toast emote from Spire of Stars, your Chicken Nugget shell from Leviathan, and any shaders that you might have missed out on, especially Prestige, Spire, or Eater shaders. I was a little irritated to find out that this is all Bungie meant when they originally advertised that we could earn raid cosmetics with their Moments of Triumph promotional material. I was really hoping for something similar to Destiny 1's Age of Triumph, where we earned an ornament set for each raid. Even if all the sets were just the armor sets from these raids turned into ornaments, I would have been fine with that. Put them in as a random drop and give me a reason to keep going in and playing. Unfortunately though, your only incentivization to keep running the raids is if you care about farming for high stat armor drops, which the majority of the average player base probably doesn't even care about to begin with, or the raid exotics if you don't have them yet. You can't farm for God Roll weapons because they're being sunset, and you get all the cosmetics after running the raid one time. I really hope that this is just because the raid is going away that Bungie is doing this, and that it doesn't become a recurring pattern when raids are vaulted. So if you're someone that hasn't gotten into raiding and gotten a lot of the loot, this is a great time for you. I'm definitely not going to knock that. If you're not a big raider and you want to grab some nice cosmetics and cool armor, this event is absolutely made for you. But if you're a hardcore raider like me who's already gotten most of the loot and was hoping for some rejuvenated grind in these old raids, we've kind of been left out to dry on this one. Moving on to something a bit more positive and fun though, Ruinous Effigy, the new exotic trace rifle, is awesome. Now believe me, I don't think this new trace rifle is ever going to be meta or anything, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. These are the kind of new exotics that I want in Destiny. Exotics that really feel and look special and do something that no other weapon in the game can do. You need this gun if you want to complete the Hive God Optometrist Triumph, as it's the only thing capable of destroying the Savathun eyes we've all seen around the game since the start of the season. The Catalyst is also very easy to obtain. All you've got to do is kill an enemy with the slam attack with the ball. And it's also really easy to complete if you just go farm it in the Thrall room and Whisper. I got mine done in basically 2 runs. The one downside of this gun, as has been the pattern with these seasonal exotics, is the quest. I will give Bungie some credit though, it was better than the 4th Horseman quest, mainly due to the calcified light fragments. That was something cool and unique, even if it wasn't the most riveting quest step. Also, did anybody else get PTSD from your Touch of Malice quest? Just me? Okay, moving on. To finish off this video, I just want to give my 2 cents about what people in the community have been saying about the requirements for the seal. I've seen people saying that, raids shouldn't be part of the seal because only 10% of the community does them. While this is true that a very small portion of the community raids, Moments of Triumph is about our, moments of triumph. This event is about our achievements in-game of the steepest mountains and hardest challenges. This has always been the format for this event. Last year, we had to clear Last Wish, Crown, and Scourge, and D1's Age of Triumph. All the raids got boosted light levels with new challenges. The raids are also only required if you want the MMXX title, and titles are all about your dedication to a certain portion of the game's content. Since Moments of Triumph is about all aspects of the game, you need to interact with all the activities in order to earn your title. Another point that I've heard is that Trials wins shouldn't be part of the title, or they should at least be retroactive because the mode is so ridden with cheaters. I disagree with this on every level. Why should Bungie legislate their annual celebratory event about our triumphs around cheaters? I agree that Trials sucks, and honestly, I think it should have been put on hold for the entirety of the summer. But not putting Trials in the seal because of cheaters is essentially letting the cheaters win. The good news is that Trials today should be very saturated with players that aren't cheating and are just looking to complete their triumph. It's also worth mentioning that the Trials wins, as far as we can tell, are total wins and not just on one card. So if you get to 5 wins and then get 3 losses, you can reset your card for your last 2 wins and still get your triumph. Even more good news for everyone that I actually missed a while ago is that Cosmo, one of the Destiny community managers, replied to someone a while ago saying that Bungie is in fact working on an anti-cheat. So hopefully we can get back to good and clean fun in the Crucible again soon. So guys, I think that just about wraps up everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. Let me know if you guys would like to see more of this style of video in the future in the comments down below. I think it's a fun style of video for me to just kind of get my perspective out there into the community, so let me know what you think. If you enjoyed though, a positive rating would be greatly appreciated. Also remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you know when new videos are ready for you to view. I've been a bit inconsistent with uploads here, so I do apologize for that, but it's mainly because I want to give you guys better quality videos rather than just spamming your subscription box. So turning on those notifications is the best way to know when new videos are live. Make sure you stop by the Twitch channel, especially if you need raid help for the new title, and also make sure to hop in my Discord. Both of those links are in the description box down below. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video.